Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Straight to the Point Tech. If you are new here, I review handheld gaming PCs as well as various other technologies. So if you would, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop a new video. I appreciate your support. For today's video, we're going to be dropping a new video on arguably, in my opinion, the best PC gaming controller. Now, here in my hand, I have the GameSir G7 Pro. It is the absolute best controller I've ever felt in my hands, from the controls to the ability to change the directional pad. So we're gonna go over this controller and why I think it's probably the best on the market or the best I've ever used. So yeah, let's get straight to it and, talk about it. All right, y'all, so here I have the GameSir G7 Pro in my hand. Now, I know many of you have watched quite a few of my videos and you're like, dude's hands is huge. How is he even comfortable? But let me tell you, this is for all the guys that have hands on the bigger side. This controller is still extremely comfortable, very ergonomic. So they have these carbon fiber grips here and they feel really good in the hand. Even if you're like, in a sweaty match, like in Battlefield 6 or Apex Legends or Call of Duty, you won't feel like the controller's about to slip out of your hand. This grip really protects you. And then, the sticks here, very hollow. You don't have to worry about stick drift or anything. They feel really great. They don't light up, of course. But I can tell you that very responsive. You don't have to worry about, again, stick drift. The directional pad feels great in hand. Now, mine came with two. Many people said it's supposed to come with 3 different options, but mine came with 2. So this is the other one, like the kind of cross kind. I'm not really a fan of this one. It doesn't really feel good to me, but this one right here does. On the top, this is a USB-C port here. It has fast charging, so you can either game wired or wireless. It's totally up to you. Then we've got the left bumper, right bumper button, and then we got the left trigger, right trigger here. But what's really neat about this controller is on the back you have switches, right? So these switches here, right, and then you have these switches here. So I'll tell you exactly what they do. So on the top here, you have the switch left and switch right, right? They control the back triggers, which is the back left trigger and right trigger. So what it does is it gives it like more of a sturdy feel where, it makes it harder. It just, totally depends on, how you like it and how it feels ergonomically. And then if you switch it back, it gives it that more familiar trigger feel, like, for first person shooters. So it's totally up to you on how you want it. And then on the bottom here, you have these customizable buttons here where you can basically, control these additional, I guess, hidden buttons. Well, not hidden buttons, but these additional buttons here. So, in first person shooters like in Battlefield, traditionally, this button is sliding, right? But you can also slide with this button right here as well. So this is just for that customability. And then, on the back, there's a switch here, whether you want to play wireless or Bluetooth. I definitely recommend just utilizing the wireless capability or option rather. It is just much better, overall. Now, the battery life wireless on this thing can last you anywhere from like 72 hours or beyond, especially depending on what kind of game you're playing. I know that may sound a little bit crazy, but some games pull more power from the controllers than others. But for the most part, I can get a good week, up to 2 weeks without having to charge this thing. And then, we can talk about, the microphone button right here. So, people can actually hear you on this controller. There is a built-in microphone, but there's also a 2.5 millimeter headphone jack here on the bottom that you can utilize. And then you have the microphone volume up and the microphone volume, you have the microphone volume down and microphone volume button up. You have a 2.5 millimeter headphone jack if you do want to plug headphones or anything in here. So it's really neat. And then you have a dedicated upload button here / share button if you do want to, you know, share something or screenshot something. So it's really good. And of course, you know, obviously this is your options button like it would be on Xbox, and this would be like your start button, and then your traditional, you know, Xbox power on / home button. But not too much else to it, but this is just the best controller in my opinion. And, you know, I'm stamping it the best controller, you know, specifically based upon a few things: ergonomics, battery life, being able to change the directional pad. You can even change the skin on this. The skin comes off, as you can see here, you know, so you can order, you know, a custom skin from GameSir if you want, and, you know, change the colors to match like your PC, you know, theme, whatever you want to do. But just again, based off of the ergonomics, not having to worry about stick drift, the battery life, I can play wired. I can customize on the back switches here to control my, you know, left bumper, right bumper, my left trigger, right trigger. I mean, there are like so many things that you can do with this controller that make it, you know, a heck of, you know, a controller, but more so one of the best, simply because you get everything that you really would ask for as far as a controller, customability, but most of all, comfortability, and just being able to game a long time, you know, with the nice carbon fiber feel. I recommend this. Definitely a 10 out of 10. I would say GameSir, you did a great job. So if you do happen to see this controller on sale at your favorite retailer, it's called the GameSir G7 Pro. Pick it up over a traditional Xbox Series X or S controller. You won't be disappointed. Well, this sums up the video. Again, thank you all for the support. This is Straight to the Point Tech. I've been, you know, not uploading videos. I have my Elgato capture card and my Elgato webcam, but I've been sick, guys. I don't know if you all live anywhere near North Carolina or understand. The East Coast has had, you know, a bad snowstorm the past 2 weeks back to back. So I'm just recovering, so I haven't been able to get on camera, you know, like that. I look terrible. But in this video, you guys see my face, so I'm recovering. I will try to drop another video again this week. I owe it to you all. But again, I appreciate your support. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, turn on notifications. Let me know what you'd like to see next. This is Straight to the Point Tech. I'm out. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.